Good morning. Good morning. Trying to slide down that music quietly. I haven't figured it out yet. Good morning. It is Saturday at 9 o'clock, and that means it's study hall time. So, welcome everybody who's there in the wings. Hey there, Miss Pat. Good morning, Miss Karen. Good to see you all this morning. So I am kind of solo today, just a little bit. I actually have a special guest we're going to talk to here in a minute. But Josh is not feeling well, guys. So if you can just send up some prayers for him to feel better, he would appreciate it. We would appreciate it because he's got some moving to do next week. We want him feeling better and getting healthier. But anyway, Josh is not here today. And so if you are coming for our class reunion, he's going to visit us in a different way, we hope. So we'll see if that happens. So anyway, good morning and happy Saturday. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. Good morning, Kristen and Tammy and Mary. I had a good Christmas. I had a wonderful meal with some friends. So it was really different for us. This is our first year with no kids at Christmas. So it was a little challenging, but I realize I like the quiet. I'm just saying. But so anyway, welcome everybody to Study Hall. I'm Toni. I'm Cut Up and Sew. And we are going to talk a little bit about events and classes that are coming up in both locations, in Palm Coast and in St. Augustine. So today's the big day. We have our class reunion for 2025. If you have taken a class at either location over this past year, we would love to see your finished projects. Come on in. If you haven't signed up, don't worry about it. Just come on in. We've got enough chairs for everybody. I think we even have donuts and some coffee. If you guys like donuts and coffee, Josh says you guys never eat them, but prove him wrong again that you're going to eat all those donuts. Come on in and eat some donuts and then show off what you've done. We have several teachers that will be in attendance today, which is really exciting because then you can talk to them about what you would like to see in upcoming classes. So make sure you take some time to come out. Good morning, Miss Denise. Good to see you on. So let me just go through some things that are happening over the next week real quick, and then I'm going to dive into classes and our special guest. So just remember, I'll try to talk slower. Dot told me last week I was talking really fast. I do that. I don't have time. I'm talking fast. I'll try to slow down. I'll try to drink my water and slow down. It's kind of weird when there's not the right person to banter off of you. So Josh needs to get better fast. Just saying. So holiday hours. We are closed January 1st. That is Thursday this coming week. Well, just some other things to keep in mind. St. Augustine will be closed from the 29th through the 1st. They won't reopen until the 2nd. There's some renovation going on up there, and it involves classes. So the classrooms are really excited about what's about to transpire. Is that the right word? There in St. Augustine, and with new hours, which I'll talk about in a second, there's a lot more opportunities for classes, good classes, more classes in St. Augustine. We're working towards that. So we are closed in St. Augustine from the 29th through the 1st, and then we are closing early in Palm Coast on the 31st at 3 p.m. So get that last minute thing if you plan to sew into the new year, and we're closed on the 1st. But starting January 2nd, our new store hours kick off. So 2nd is a Friday. So Monday through Friday, our new store hours starts on the 2nd. Doesn't start at the beginning of the week, on the 2nd. It's 10 to 6. And then Saturday will be 10 to 5. And then Sunday will be noon to 5. So keep that in mind. So if you think about things like I need to hit the shop after I get off of work, perfect opportunity. And you're Sunday sewing and you realize you broke a needle and you need needle and thread, come on in. We'll be open for you to pick up those things as you need them. And again, there'll be more classes, especially on Sunday. We're excited about the Sunday opportunities. So, hi, Danny. Danny says, I finally had the time to go to Palm Coast store. It was awesome. Whoa, what was that? Stuff under my feet. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that feedback. I'm planning on signing up to learn how to sew in January. Awesome. You need to be a sewer, Danny. We'll get you there. Morning, Marilyn and Miss Kim. Good morning to both of you. So holiday hours, new shop hours. I'm using my checklist today, my cheat sheet. North Florida Shop Hop is coming up. We're only a couple weeks away. We're getting excited. We are about ready to cut our kits. So if you don't know what that is, we talk about it all the time, but we'll share it again. I'll share it again. Our North Florida Shop Hop is what Josh likes to call our local shop shop hop. Because yes, there's another shop hop happening in March and April, but that's months away. We want the ones that are local right now and supporting our local community up through Jacksonville all the way down to DeLand. So there are 9 shops total. We're 2 of them, so that takes care of half of them. Well, almost half of them. So what you're going to do is you're going to buy a passport at any of the local participating shops. We are selling them on both locations. It's only $5 until the 1st. On the 2nd, they'll go to $7. I know it's only $2 different, but as Josh says on Fridays, that's half a fat quarter. Or it's almost a fat quarter is what he says, actually. So anyway, pick this up. And there's lots of great prizes. I'm not going to list them all. We'll talk more about this on Monday, but if you haven't picked up your passport, get it. Because you don't want to get to that point where, oh, I forgot. And then it's the 17th of January and we don't have any because we might not. We're getting kind of low, which is exciting. So come on in and get your passport. And don't forget about our jingle for January. We have been going out of these envelopes very fast. Miss Kim here in the shop made a whole bunch more yesterday. Whole bunch more, she said. In fact, she has to make more this morning. So what this is an envelope you get for every $25 you spend at the register. And then you bring it back unopened in January, and there's a prize and there's a discount. It's really fun stuff. And you can bring it in January any day because guess what? We're open every day in January with our new hours all the time now. So there's no excuse. If you collected 30, use one a day. You can use all 30 in January. Actually, I think there's 31 days in January, so bonus. And I think we're going to throw in a couple days where we do like a special. If you have more than 1 or 2, you can bring 2 in. But we'll just watch our email and our social media so you can keep up with that. But go ahead and make sure if you have purchased in December and you didn't get this and you spent more than $25, come on in, let us know, and we'll totally give them to you because sometimes this is a new thing for all of us and the staff. They forget to give it out. So it's not personal. It's just we forgetful. So ask and you will get one. So and good morning, Miss Jody. Good morning, Teresa. We pick up. This is what fell on my feet. So let's see. Have I missed anybody? Yes. Kim says Sunday is fun day. You betcha, Kim. Pat says, I'm excited for my envelopes. Yes. And Pat's not even local. She got them special because she asked. All you have to do is ask. And she's going to be back in January. I can't wait to see her use her envelopes. All right. Couple more things before we jump into our classes and our special guest. End of year clearance, blowout. Whoop, whoop. We have a big blowout sale kicking off Monday. We'll talk more into it on Monday as well. But just keep in mind, now the St. Augustine close, it will start on the 2nd for them up there. But both locations have lots of things that they're trying to clean out. It's the end of the year. It's just common practice for us. So, but it benefits you. So I know we're gonna have patterns clearance. So we're gonna have fabric clearance. We're gonna have embroidery designs clearance. There are some great pre-loves. We're going to price them to get gone too because we got some really nice pre-loves that came in this past week before Christmas that we want to kind of move them out, clear it out our inventory. So it benefits you. So come on in Monday in Palm Coast and check out what Kim has set up. She's setting it up now. Our end of year blowout clearance sale in both locations. And then the next thing I want to kind of talk into a little bit is our Ramble Block of the Month. So if you are one of the amazing 10 people who signed up for our Ramble, you've been charged. It ran through today perfectly. Awesome. Your kits will be ready by next Friday. So by the 2nd, always your kits, we're going to charge you a week before, and then a week later, you'll be able to pick up your kits, which means if we're mailing them, we will mail them on the 2nd to you as well. So I'm really excited about the Ramble. And I've had a lot of questions on, are we going to do a class meetup, or what are we going to do so we can get some help along the way? Well, I have put down January 17th at 10:30 to 12. We will do a meetup. And if you are one of those 10 people, I will email you personally and get your reservation. And I am going to do by Zoom because some people aren't local. So you're welcome to join that. That gives you time for everyone to get their kits, look over the pattern, and ask questions on the 17th. And then we can talk about what other ways we can do as a shop to help you finish up your Ramble. And you'll see my finished Ramble by then too. So pretty excited about Ramble starting off. We have a new block of the month that's going to be offered at the end of 2026, but we'll talk about that later. Phew, I did talk too fast again, didn't I, guys? Sorry about that. Lots of information, and I'm sure I'm missing something, but it's okay. It's okay. So let's talk about classes and events. I'm going to bring on our special guest. Her name is Anastasia. She is one of our new teachers in St. Augustine, and she's going to be teaching garment classes for starts, I think. And her first class is January 10th, right? Anastasia, it's January 10th.
Yes.
And it's called the Dolman shirt. So this is a perfect shirt class for you if you want to learn how to sew garments. So you do need to be familiar with your machine and understand how it works. And but she's going to walk you through cutting, prepping, and all that good stuff. So that's kind of what it looks. Very simple, basic shirt. It's kind of fun. And this one's done with like a light cotton, like a linen cotton blend. So it's really nice for Florida wear. So Anastasia, welcome. Oops.
Well, I mean, thank you. Happy to be here. I don't think I mentioned this to you as well, but the shirt I'm wearing right now is a dolman top, and this one behind me is also a dolman top.
Is that got shorts underneath that one?
No, there's nothing on the bottom of my dress form at the moment.
Oh, I see. It looks like it was an added piece down there. I see now.
Yeah.
I don't have my glasses on.
It does look like that, though. I could see why you thought that.
So, Anastasia, why don't you share a little bit about who you are and why you're teaching, and what brings you to St. Augustine to teach?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I live in St. Augustine, and I started sewing. Sort of resumed sewing about 2 years ago. I sewed for a short stint when I was around 10 years old. I borrowed a sewing machine from a family friend and had some fun making a quilt and some little outfit for my niece. And I had a blast. But as you know, in that day and age, in the 90s, we didn't have YouTube. Basically, I was using a book. I was teaching myself, and I had a great time. But eventually, I had to give that sewing machine back, and I didn't have any money to buy materials and stuff like that. So it was kind of like, okay, well, I'll go do something else. But picked it up again about 2 years ago, and I haven't stopped. I love, in particular, sewing clothes. It's just something so fun and creative about being able to make something that you wear. There's so much room for choice and variety and exploration and fitting, and it's just a really fun, tactile, hands-on art. I love art. I'm an artist. I also play music, and I love art of all kinds. But like, I think my attraction to sewing has to do with like making something. Like, it's very hands-on. And so I hope, I think students may find too that I know some people get really frustrated. So I know some people are perfect. Sometimes there's an urge to be a perfectionist, but I'm really going to encourage my students to not be afraid to make mistakes and to be patient with themselves and take their time. And because firsthand, I know that my greatest learning comes from when I make a mistake.
When you rush through things, right? Exactly.
Yeah. As long as you reflect on what it was that went wrong, and then you take a mental note, you're going to do it. There's like way less chance you're going to make that same mistake the next time because you've done it already. But I'll be taking it really slow and helping them, each step of the way. So it should be a lot of fun, very low pressure. It's like you said, the shirt's very basic. It's like one pattern piece, same on the front as it is on the back. It's the same neckline. It's the same shape. We're literally going to cut it out twice, and then basically put them together. So. Well, we're going to learn hemming, we're going to learn seams, we're going to learn finishing our seams. We'll, if they need to do a little bit of fitting, we'll have a little fitting set, a little area at a time, a little bit of fitting if we need to at the beginning with the pattern piece. But it's going to be a blast, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, this pattern is very forgiving, very forgiving.
Yes,
that's why it's perfect for you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very perfect for wear too. I mean, it's actually really, it's a very cute piece to have in your wardrobe as well. It looks great in a solid color. It looks great. Like I'd really recommend. See, I like that one with the window box plaid, but the only tricky thing is they're a little pattern matching. So it depends how picky you are, but some people, the important thing is pick something that makes you feel good, something that's fun to look at. Highly recommend getting something stable. And by stable, I generally mean something organic, like a cotton or a linen or a cotton linen blend, something that is light to medium weight.
Okay.
And that'll help your sewing process go a lot smoother. I'd recommend not attempting knits on the first garment. I'd recommend, that means stretch. So I'd stay away from stretch fabric. I'd stay away from stuff that's too silky, but whatever it is, we'll make it work. Just make sure you pre-wash it.
Right. That's important. So look, I'm looking at this top, and I'm a woman with hips. So is this something that they can easily make longer as well in the class? Will you talk about if you want it a little bit longer to go over your hips?
That's a great idea. Yeah, you could definitely lengthen the top. Another thing we can do is if your bust size falls into a different size category than, say, your waist or hips, we can basically select, we'll have the printout, it will have various sizes on it. I believe it goes from extra small to like extra large. And then I'll show you how to adjust the pattern to make it flow in such a way that it should fit you well.
Very good. Very good. Okay, cool. What have you thought about other classes? We've kind of briefly talked about other classes that you might want to do. Have you thought about what you want to do in the future?
Ooh, that's a good surprise question. I love it. So this particular dolman top is by a pattern designer and sewist who has a very popular YouTube channel. Her channel and business is called Sew Anastasia. Happens to be my name. It is not me. It's a lovely woman in Chicago who I've met personally, actually. I've gone to her studio and visited her and checked out what she was doing over there. It was really neat. But she is a great educator. She's had a big influence on me. Her video inspired me to pick up sewing again. And I'm a member of her Pattern of the Month Club and stuff like that. So I've sewed a lot of her patterns. And what I love about her patterns is she has some really, really good ones for beginners. So I was thinking, as a nice complement to the shirt, it'd be nice to teach a skirt. She has a midi skirt pattern, and midi means it's gonna be longer. It's not, I guess maxi's the longest, a mini would be shortest, and midi falls somewhere like below your knee. But again, that could be adjusted as well. But yeah, that's a straightforward one. You would learn attaching a waistband. You'd learn applying interfacing to that waistband piece. You would learn, we'd be doing seams and hems. We would be installing an invisible zipper, and I know zippers can be intimidating to some people. But I feel like that would be a nice, learning experience for everybody. We could, before that, do maybe a skirt, maybe elastic waistband skirt to sort of break people in a little bit more if people are a little bit worried about that. But really, I wouldn't be afraid. It's just a matter of just practicing and learning, and I'll definitely take it slow with people.
And one thing I've learned with the invisible zipper, it does matter to have that special foot for your machine. That does help a lot too. But not everybody has machines that have the special foot, but that does help a lot.
Yeah, that zipper foot is very helpful, definitely.
Well, I just wrote that down, so I'm going to hold you to it. So I'll be reaching out to you in a day or so. Let's get some dates on the calendar for that. So Josh chimed in from his bed side. I met Anastasia in the shop and basically harassed her to teach with us. So we're very grateful.
Not shy.
No, it's not. No. But and then Danny says sewing clothes is her goal, so she hopes to learn from you in the future, and she's got to get past sewing 101. I think, Danny, you're on your way. You will have no problem. Actually, you probably could do sewing 101 and go right into this class. So
definitely.
Which in St. Augustine, sewing 101 is actually on my list to talk about is January 8th. So Danny, if you want to take the 8th class and then come and do the dolman top on Saturday, that would be the way to go. So
that'll be fun.
And then Josh just commented again, we don't like that you have a life outside of us, Anastasia. This should be your life, not everything else.
That's funny. I'll break the news to the kids after the show. Sorry,
right.
guys. I'm sorry. It's going all the time now.
That's right. I gotta be a cut up, so sorry. Bye. So, do you have anything else you want to share? What other things people might want to be able to look forward to you for teaching or preparing to teach for taking the class for the dolman? I think we have about 3 spots left, so there are still spaces in there.
Yes, it's going to be a small, intimate class. We got 3 students coming and a couple spots left. But yeah.
I put you on the spot twice today.
Good job. I would just say, sewing can be therapeutic. I don't know if people realize that, maybe because again, there's that perfectionist side of people that maybe they think, oh, it's going to be too stressful, it's going to be too much work or something. But there is something very zen about sitting down and cutting out your pattern piece and pinning it together, going over the sewing machine. It can be a really nice break from reality. And these days, in general, life can be, it's nice to have little breaks to go into your creative flow zone and just, it's healthy. It's really, for me, it's like really good for my mental state. I think, so keep that in mind. It's practical. You can, you're going to learn a skill you can actually use to make enhancements to your own clothing eventually. I mean, there's so much you can do once you start sewing clothes. The first garment is like the entrance. This is like a gateway garment.
I totally understand what you're saying, but yeah. I think you're right with perfectionality, just come in with no expectations, enjoy the process, and get to grow from that. I totally agree. So
yeah.
I am so glad you took time this morning to come and talk to us and speak into your class and maybe some future classes, which I wrote down. So we're going to that. So your class again is January 10th. It's in St. Augustine. It includes the pattern. Most of our classes, the class fee includes the pattern. And our supply list now is available on the website as well if you have signed up. Anastasia, you are going to email everybody later on today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And Josh popped in and said one more thing that drew me to Anastasia was her fearlessness when it comes to sewing. She enjoys the process, which is what we always push, right? We enjoy the journey. That's what we always say. So, and your personality is so bubbly, that's why I enjoy talking to you. So, and I think our customers are going to love it too. So
great.
We like bubbly teachers.
Oh, great. Oh, well, we're going to have a fun time.
Okay. I think so too. I know you're going to have fun times, especially if Josh is around. So, all right. Well, Anastasia, you have a wonderful Saturday. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And if you have any questions that you might want to ask Anastasia, leave them in the comments and she will read them, or I will read them, or Josh, and we'll let you know the answer. Or you can call the shop, either shop, and we'll get your questions answered for the class. So, again, have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me today, Anastasia. And we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Toni.
All right. Bye, hon.
Bye.
So that was kind of fun. Anastasia is just a bubbly personality. She's really kind. She's really sweet. I think she's going to be a patient teacher. So I encourage you to try it, especially again, you've been dying to learn garment sewing. This is a Saturday class. You guys asked for a Saturday class. This is a Saturday class just for learning to do garment sewing. So, and Danny, I still think you can do it. You can sign up for Sewing 101 during the week and then come on Saturday. Spend a week with Cut Up and Sew. It's wonderful fun. So, all right. So that's Anastasia. Let's talk about some other things we have on the calendar. I'm meeting with several of my teachers today. Our teachers today to get some more things set in stone over the next week. But on June 2nd, Joanne's Fridays are back. She's coming back with a new pattern. it's called Scrappy Hearts. Every Friday in January is going to be this class. All you got to do is sign up and bring, she said, red scraps. She's hoping that what's going to happen is everyone's going to share their red scraps in class and make this heart quilt. The really cool thing about this is she's going to talk about using your scraps, but she's also going to teach you that scallop edging, which is really, really cool. Excuse me. And it's not that difficult, but she's going to walk you through that during the January class that she has on Fridays. It's 10:30 to about 2:30. So that's on the calendar. Our Sewing 101 classes are January 6th and January 8th. January 6th is Sewing 101 in Palm Coast, and January 8th is in St. Augustine. We have Karen and Louise teaching those classes. They also teach an afternoon class that, say you started a project and you just want to finish it up or need some guidance finishing up, or even you have a project you just need to get started. They have a semi-private class in the afternoons after their Sewing 101 classes. They only take 2 students. And I think you have to call the shop to sign up for it. But that way you can get some one-on-one help at it's a semi-private lesson. It's not a private lesson, which we do offer as well. We offer private lessons. But that's something to think about if you need help with a project. January 7th, we have Disappearing Series number 2. Karen is teaching this series. In December, she did a 4-patch. And in January, she's going to do a 9-patch. And then in February, she is going to do a half square triangle. So it's kind of cool to see this process. It's something fun. If you have just finished Quilting 101, this would be a great class to step into and learn something new and different and still build on the skills that you learned from Quilting 101. Can you guys hear the noise in the background? I'm hoping that they realize they're talking really loud. They're really loud. Mastery classes for Bernina is coming to Palm Coast. Palm Coast on Wednesday mornings. Melanie will be here. She will be teaching our mastery classes for Berninas. We're still doing them in St. Augustine. They'll start the 7th. And what we're going to do is one will be the sewing. One will host the sewing for the month, a sewing series for the month, and one will host the embroidery series for the month. So check our calendar again. Go to cutupandsew.com, click on Palm Coast calendar or St. Augustine calendar and sign up for whatever you want. Good morning, Miss Nancy. You can't hear anything? Thank you, Pat. Maybe I just hear it because it's like right behind the wall. Thanks for letting me know, though, because sometimes it gets loud. The 22nd, I am hosting a monthly Table Topper Runner Club. It's $30. It's 3 hours. We're going to sit down and make a table topper that's going to work towards your next month. So the January version is called Smitten. It's a Villa Rosa pattern. The pattern comes with the class. And we're going to make this little runner, and that hopefully will finish it so you can use it in February. That's the whole goal. So that's January 22nd in Palm Coast. Oh, and Melanie just added this in January as well. A mastery classes for the 990. If you own a 990, you just got a brand new one over the last couple months and you need some more one-on-one. It is going to be January 24th and 31st. It's a 2-part class. If you have the 990, you don't bring the machine in. You have to have a laptop to take the mastery class because what you'll be working on is a simulator. So based on your iPad. So, or not iPad, laptop. So make sure you call and reserve your spot for that. And if you have any questions, just ask one of the staff and we'll make sure we get you answered. And then last class I want to talk into, I wish I had a sample. Judy's going to be here today. She's going to have the sample. It's called Freestanding Structure Embroidery Technique class. So basically, you're going to make this little lighthouse that's really cute. But the point is you're going to learn how to do embroidery with some lace work, some applique, create this structure, how to put together, how to make it stand the test of time, literally, and work within creating that on your embroidery machine. So that is the 24th and 31st here in Palm Coast. So all the classes are on our website. We have a lot of clubs starting up in January again. Just go there and check it out. And then there'll be more classes going up here probably the next week or so as we start finalizing some of the classes with my teachers. So thank you, Kristen. I've tried to, hopefully they got the hint, but it's all good. It's all good. As long as you can hear what I'm saying. Of course, I'm talking so fast, you might not be able to understand half what I'm saying anyway. So that's all I have for today for study hall. You know how to reach us. If you're coming to class reunion, it starts at 10:30. Please come on in. We love to be inspired by what you've learned or what you've created. Like our teachers want to see what you've done too, because we don't get to see normally. Most of the time, we don't get to see the finished project. It's kind of cool to see the finished project. So thank you very much, you guys. Have a great day. And ding-a-ling-a-ling, class is dismissed. Yes, Danny, good question. And to call the store, and I will be able to answer those questions for you today. Come on in. Have a good one, guys.